Hi and welcome. Today I'm gonna show you how you can create some fun backgrounds using a background stamp. And I have here this striped stamp. By Simon Says it is called White Stripes. And I had a lot of fun yesterday playing with this stamp. This is one of their oldest releases, but it's such an awesome stamp and you can do so many things with it. I have here my Misty and I'm gonna use this to quickly stamp my backgrounds. I already pre-cut some paper panels and I'm gonna align this right about here, so at 1 inch from the left and 6 from the bottom, and then I can place my stamp carefully on top. And when I close the door on my mist, I'm gonna make sure that it is aligned also with the lines from my grid here. And even if the paper moves underneath, I will know that I'll have to align it at the measurements that I told you earlier. So what I was trying to do yesterday while I was playing with this was to stamp some of the lines, some of the stripes actually, with a color and then fit in between another color and another row of these lines, but I just couldn't I just couldn't do it. I tried to measure and I really tried. So what I liked in the end was the effect that I got, even if I didn't get to align all the stripes as I wanted. I'm gonna use 2 inks, and this is Khaki by Simon Says, and I'm gonna ink this up really good. It takes a bit of time because it is a large solid stamp, but these ink pads are pretty juicy, so you don't have to worry that they will dry out. So now I can close the door on my Misty and press. I removed the foam mat that was included with the Misty because this is a foam, actually a rubber stamp, and it doesn't need that extra shim. And here it is. I can just remove this ink with a wet cloth, and also going to clean my stamp here. So while I was trying to measure how large these are, and I saw that they are like it's probably 2 of these squares, so I will just move it a bit upwards, 2 squares upwards, and just a slight bit more, very little. And I thought that I got this right, but then when I went and stamp, I saw that it was not the perfect measurement, but I still liked the results. So the next color is Melon, and this is such a gorgeous orange color. It's very warm and bright. It's absolutely lovely. So I'm gonna close once again and press, and this is what I got, even if I did my measurements. And I got this several times and then I gave up. I said, okay, I have to think of something else, because I just couldn't get it to stamp continuously with different colors. You can also leave it like this if you want. You have a beautiful blend of colors here where the colors blended. You have a bit of a white space. That is cool. It's a nice pattern. But I just took this one step further, and so I grabbed my tea ruler, or any kind of ruler, it works just perfectly, and a white gel pen. You can do this with any color pen or pencils, and I'm just gonna make some lines where the color blended, so just to pop out this thin strip that is created here. And I'm first gonna do the left side, and then I'm gonna flip my paper and do the other side. Now if you use a gel pen like this one, don't press too hard, just let the ink flow nicely and easily. And now flip my panel and do the other side of the strip, just because it takes a bit of time to dry, so I don't want to ruin that line there. And here is how it looks with that strip of color popped up with just a gel pen, a white gel pen, and you can do this with a black also. I think it adds just a bit more to the card. Having a background like this is simply awesome. Now this is a bit like creating your pattern paper, something like that. You can use this for so many things, and it is easy to make, and if you have to do like a set of cards, you can do this within minutes. You can also cut strips like I have here and use it to accent your plain cards. I think it's very, very fun. I also die cut from another one that I made, and you can create some cute embellishments like this one right here. And with the right combination of colors, you can do cards for so many occasions, like if you change to something like this that is red and pink, or you can do something more summery. And this one I made it with the black pen. I drew the lines with the black pen, and you can see here. This one I just left it like it was. I was really close to get them stamped like I wanted, so you can do so many cool stuff. Now another fun way to use a stamp like this is for a technique that is called kissing, and this is an older technique, but I've never tried it myself, so I'll show you today how this works. What you need is a pigment ink or a chalk ink, something like that, probably because these are more stickier, and also another stamp, and I'm gonna use this wood grain stamp here from Lawn Fawn, and this is the set called Wood Grain Backdrops. So I'm gonna mount this on a different block. And I have here a piece of some light blue cardstock, just because my ink here is blue. So I'm gonna ink up real well my stamp. And now I can take my stamp and just stamp on top or make them kiss each other. And you can see that pattern there, but I'm just gonna go and do the same for all my stamp. And I'm just gonna clean in between each of the kissing. So now I can close the door on my Misty and stamp. And here you can see how we transferred that pattern only onto the stripes and not to the whole background. I think it's such a cool technique. And you can do this with so many other images. Don't do it with text, with sentiment stamps, because you'll have them all reversed, because this is like a mirror stamping. Now another cool thing to use this stamp with is like to have two color stamping, but with the colors kind of blending with each other. And I have here the melon and the catkin, and this is my most favorite inks of all times, I believe. So I'm just gonna stamp one side with the catkin and the other side with the melon. And here it is. And just look how pretty this is. I just love this color combo, and also love the fading of the color from one to another. Okay, so these are the test runs that I made today, so you can see how cool it is, and quickly you can create backgrounds or add a pattern to your background. And these were the two that I made yesterday. So I think I'm gonna pick these two and build a card.